Everyone, it gives us immense pleasure to host the launch of the book Wicked Temptation. Please welcome on stage the chief guest, Mr. Madhan Karky, CEO Story Mirror, Mr. Devan, and the author, Mrs. RITI Prasad. The publisher, Story Mirror, is India's largest short stories portal and world's first creative ecosystem with 4,500 writers and artists, and more than 40,000 short stories, poems, and illustrations. Story Mirror has also entered into book publishing and will be launching more than 50 writers across India this year. Because Story Mirror launches writers, not just books. By far, they have published 5 books in just 2 months, of varied styles to suit everyone's interest. Story Mirror initiates the spirit of new, unpublished, and unrecognized talents, sharing their creative vision of building an artistic world around. Mr. Devan, CEO Story Mirror, is an entrepreneur by choice. He doesn't believe in making things right. Instead, he firmly believes in doing right things. His life's goal is all about looking forward and taking as many people as possible forward along. He has a market-savvy approach and absolutely loves intelligent conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Devan. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Madhan, sir. Thank you. This is not the Story Mirror Day, this is RITI's Day. As a philosophy of a Story Mirror, we launched author. So this is RITI's Day today. And we are here to, take guidance from RITI and Madhan, sir, how a Story Mirror is going to be, penetrated to the southern part of India. And thank you, Ashwin. Thank you, Ashwin, for giving us a place. And Odyssey is going to be a big milestone for Story Mirror in the future. And Wicked Temptation is a collection of people's life. And the best quote I smelling which is related to the life only. And thanks Ricky to be part of this. I will not take much time, okay, because I would say that this is RITI's Day. So let's RITI speak about the Wicked Temptation and about your book. Okay, welcome to the RITI.
Hi everyone, and thank you for being here today. Like as you said, it's my big day. A lot of people have been telling me, and I would like to first introduce myself and say the obligatory vote of thanks, and then we will discuss on the book. So my name is RITI, and in fact this launch of Wicked Temptations is tempting me to say that I'm feeling very wicked today. So I got this time on stage, so I want to make the most of it, talk about the book, talk about 21 stories, everything about them. So, would you like that?
Yes.
I think you guys are being so nice. Do not encourage me on this ego trip. I think more important is, see, the authors are a work in progress. So, we want to learn. We want to know how much, when we interact with you guys, we get to know what can be part of the book. So when you read the book, Wicked Temptations, if you find yourselves there, it is totally intentional. So let me start with a little bit about myself. So basically, I'm a Bihari, a very proud Bihari, but living in Chennai over a long period of time. My husband's and my only claim of fame since the last 10 years is probably our twins. And basically we are known as parents of twins, so that's about it, it's about us. So in terms of my day job, it is more about bringing in the right fragrance to all your homes. So either I work for Simrais, it's a fragrance and flavor company. So it's an interesting piece of job, and that actually inspired the lead story of the book, where basically my thought was, we actually smell fragrances, but what if we could smell fear, like how animals do probably? If we could smell emotions, evil intentions. So that is all about the first story. And yeah, basically, my parents, they ensured that every month we had a book to read, our siblings. So, but except I guess for one, when I was in 7th grade, I got really poor marks. And like today, our social media parents, we basically, if our children do badly in studies or anything happens, even if they are sick, we say it's all because you're watching TV or you're on the mobile phone or you're at your iPad. So in those days, our parents used to basically say, because you're always reading a book, that's why you got poor grades. That's why you're having headaches. So I think those were the times. And as far as I'm concerned, if my children are having a book in one hand and an unfinished homework in the other, like any social media parent, I will fish out my camera, remove that offending piece of homework from the frame, and take pictures to inflict on my friends. So that's, kids and books are really a rarity now, so that's the way it is. And I would like to move on and thank people, first of all to all of you for being here, my cheerleaders. And I would like to thank Devin sir and Story Mirror for believing in the book. Otherwise, it would have been somewhere in my iPad locked. Yeah. And most importantly, Madhan for being here. I'm really honored. Thank you for indulging me. I know he had a very busy schedule today. And yes, of course, he's just got recently the Filmfare Awards and he was missing in action for some time. Yeah, so congratulations. And why I thought Madhan would be here was because what Story Mirror is doing and what Madhan is doing with Dupadu is very similar. So, as Devin said, Story Mirror is launching authors, and Madhan launches lyricists, musicians, singers. So, if any of you here are budding lyricists, he's your man. So,
and anybody is interested in writing, I'm here.
Yeah, I was going to say that. So that's an important piece of interaction for all you budding authors and budding musicians and singers. So with that, I would like to invite Madhan and speak a few words, and we will talk about the stories a little later.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. First, thanks for inviting me for this event. I also feel a bit guilty attending book launches every time because I'm not that fond of reading. I've attended more book launches than I've read books.
You're honest.
Yeah, but I really like the idea of Story Mirror. So we all have stories to tell. Every day we have stories. So each one of us has different stories every single day, every single hour to tell. And we find different means and modes to tell stories. The simplest thing that we do is we tell stories to our spouses, or we tell stories to our kids who may not be interested in listening to. But we would have really a large audience who would be interested in that story, but that story may not be reaching them. So we try to tell our stories via social media, by Facebook, via Twitter. We try to post our stories. There are so many different ways we do it. And I really appreciate Story Mirror for creating the stage. The stage is what we all need, the artists, the writers. Everyone needs this kind of a stage to tell this world their story, perform their songs, perform their art. So every art form should have this kind of a stage. Thanks Devin for creating such a wonderful writers. And RITI, I'd like to congratulate her for her book, Wicked Temptations. So the idea was really, the first story, the idea she actually told was really interesting. The concept of smelling and emotion. So it's beautiful. So these are the kind of novel ideas, different things which I really look forward to when I listen to stories. I really wish the book comes out as an audio book very soon. So listen to stories. I really love listening to stories than reading. So congratulations once again, and thanks to Odyssey, and thank you all for inviting me here. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I would request Mr. Devin to give bouquet to Mrs. RITI Prasad. I would request Mrs. RITI PRASAD to give the bouquet to our chief guest, Mrs. Madhan. I would request author Mrs. RITI PRASAD to say a few words and share her experience in typing the book.
Okay, so basically, as I'm saying, this book is about slice of life tales. So what I can draw from our own life, from everyone else's life that's more interesting than our own life. So that's the idea where I started with. And initially when basically when I started writing, it was probably way back in school. And my teacher was very impressed with what I wrote. After that, I guess the only creative writing I did was in my exams. And then when I saw a lot of people launching books, my friends, some of them are here. And I thought, okay, ordinary people can write books. So I thought, let me try my hand at writing, and then I just started with a little bit of doing short stories, which is probably easier to handle, and I did a little bit of children's books, and then I guess it was more of I really thought I would write and let the bug out of my system, but it continued to be there. So that is where I came about writing these 21 stories. So I drew in from a lot of my experience and a lot of what I know. Like the first story is, maybe I can read a little bit of it, so then you'll know what I mean. So maybe before I start, I would like to maybe ask you some questions. So what is your first smell memory? And this is a question which I typically ask on all my fragrance workshops. So anyone would like to answer, you should do that. But before you answer, I would like to have a word. I want to remove the word petrichor, that is the smell of wet earth, because 90% of people answer that. So I want to remove that. And if you want to say smell of books, I'm going to really nod and be very happy, because I totally understand. So you would like to say anything? Anyone would like to answer?
The smell of flowers over a dead body. Okay, because living in Manapur, I would see, as a kid, I remember I had vivid memories, My after-school activity would be stand in the balcony and look at these processions of dead people. Okay, and the flowers would be strewn. And then I could smell, flowers. I could hear the sound of drums, the beat of drums. So, it just stayed. I think I was 4 or 5, and I still think about that memory. I'm like, wow, kids these days do a lot of things. After school, mine was just standing in that balcony and looking at, and then I would have a cup of Horlicks, to drink or a boost, and I would be smelling those flowers and listening to the sound.
I think Madhan needs to leave.
All the best for the party.
So it's a very somber, sad, people, death and all that.
Yeah, I guess, that's interesting, because how people kind of smell, they say it's transported. So how it takes you back to various places and various seasons of memories. So that is
For me, it's a smell of petrol. Because my father we had a scooter those days, and it was a Vijay. And so the petrol, the cap is right in between the seats. So you sit behind, and when they're filling it, you can actually, get that smell much stronger than you do in a car nowadays. So that is a very fond memory also, because it's all about childhood and it's about being with dad. So yeah.
Anyone else who would like to say something?
Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad you asked this question, because I didn't even think of this before. I would definitely say it was my mom's perfume. Okay. It was called Intimate, and I must have been, like you said, 3-4 years old, and someone had given it to her from the United States. It was just amazing. So I know that every time I can smell that, we're going out somewhere. So it's kind of exciting. Like you get dressed up, and it's very nice for me, because then she used to put like a few dabs on me as well. So yes, that was probably the first real smell that I can recall, and yeah, yes.
So anyone else?
please steamy.
Oh wow.
Summer vacation in my grandmother's house. Like nothing going on. They used to have the tiny roofing. So sometimes through the gap that you can see shafts of sun lights falling on the floor. So I was just lying on the floor tracing it, and then there would be steaming, and then I can also smell the tomato chutney that's being ground on the stone thing. That's my earliest memory.
Yeah, basically it takes you back to so many places, and people are coming up with their memories, and you're traveling where else? So anyone else or no? Okay, so I will read a small part, then you know what I mean when I'm talking about smelling emotions and an evil intention. So I smelled the barbecue in his hair the other day. It was a distinct smell that gets accumulated in your hair after spending a few hours in the barbecue restaurant. But I didn't ask him directly. I just asked casually, "How was your day?" He answered in his usual distracted manner, like how husbands do, the usual. "Didn't you go out?" "No, I was in office all day today." However, I couldn't shake off that suspicion that he had been out on a longish dinner. But why did he have to hide it from me? The smell was unmistakable, and perhaps I would forever associate the smoky barbecue smell with the smell of untruth. So this lady gets highly suspicious of her husband, and she tries to find out, what is actually going on in his life, and she uses her best detection skills, that is olfactory skills. And then she says, "Eventually, I began to understand what frustration smelled like. Frustration smelled like his coat pockets, where I searched for traces of his infidelity, and I could not find any. It was frustration that engulfed me because I failed to find an evidence of what I was looking for. A ticket stub, a lipstick stain, any item that would be a tangible proof to my suspicion. After all, how does one confront the guilty on the basis of smell?" So, some people are very visual, some people are touch-feel, some people like to listen, but there are people who are nose people, so that is what this lady is, a nose people. So how many of you, use the sense of smell to the maximum possible in your daily life? I know the one person should not be unsure.
We should be putting our hands up.
So anyone beyond my office crowd who really use sense of smell maximum, or
Factory crowd.
Looks like we should be going forward occasionally based on what you're saying and reading.
yeah, so it is like that because some people smell books, some people, we smell clothes that isn't, usable for the second time. So we do so many things with our noses. So that is about it in terms of first story. So any other, I think I shouldn't be talking more about my stories because I will let out the whole book. But what I've done is that I've used various genres. I have tried to use a story based entirely on chat. So that was something which I wrote a while ago where everything was on chat. So that is one story. I used a story which was based on the diary. It's basically a diary of the new bride. So how she starts writing all her experiences. So like how we bloggers do. So it was basically from there. And then there are some short stories like I've used the Romeo Juliet story and made it very modern. So basically let's have some fun. Is there any story, if any of you want to kind of change the ending or change any part of it, would you like to share with us? So if any of you would like to share that you have read a story and you want to change some part of it. Like, for example, I always want to bring back Remus Lupin alive or Dumbledore alive. So, if you might be having a wish, any of you, you're all readers, so anyone would like to share?
Yeah, most books where the princess is very sappy, I want to make her a brave, mighty girl who can actually rescue the prince, if not at least rescue her own self and do things for herself rather than waiting some man to come and do it for her.
So I think you will like the Romeo and Juliet story which I have written. It's completely different.
Have you done food? What about chicken? Has that feature?
The barbecue covers it.
It covers the chicken.
So this story again, the Romeo and Juliet one is again about, it's more modernized. She doesn't want to really marry the prince, but she wants to go out in the world and educate people. So that was about it. So
Yeah.
I think that was more about your story?
I really wanted to change the ending of the Great Gatsby because it was heartbreaking.
Oh, I think we should tell the author.
How did you find each other? What is the story there? How did Story Mirror find you, and how did
Very small story. We connected through social media only, and we have a small team, around 25 people working with the story, and 40-50 people off from working with the story. So my team connected with Riti, and Riti sent her manuscript to my team. And from there we connected with Riti, and they liked the idea, and they liked the concept of it. It's very unique. Okay, and so then we decided mutually that we launched Riti in Chennai. So this is the second launching for Story Mirror in Chennai. We already signed the 13 writers in Chennai. We're launching 13 writers in Chennai itself. Mr. Arun is here. He's an upcoming writer, and Shashiji is here. So Viman is here. So we connected with the Chennai audience right now. Basically, we belong to North India, and unfortunately, and I basically belong to Delhi. So we have a presence in North India and Western part of India, Bombay, and in Odisha we have 3 languages. And next year we are planning to come with the Tamil and Telugu language. Okay, so this year we are planning to launch Marathi. Okay, next year definitely, and we are opening new office in Chennai in the month of October. We are getting a very good response from the Chennai market. Okay, and in comparison of North India, I always I just shared with Arun today, he spent 30 years in wooden industry, and he's written a very unique book, and we are launching in the month of August. And Shashiji is very he has written a book on spirituality. Okay, and he's based out of Chennai only, and belongs to North India, and he spent 17 years in Chennai. Suleiman is a very young, talented guy, and he has written a book on medical thriller. Okay, am I right, Suleiman? Yeah. So we are launching Suleiman. So the platform of Story Mirror is concept is to give a platform to the upcoming budding writers. Everybody is carrying a story nowadays. We're getting a lot of stories from the corporate thing. I'm an ex-corporate. I'm an ex-banker basically. I spent 14 years in different banks. So last year I resigned and started this company. Okay, thanks to Riti. Okay, so these, Riti, and now we have around 100 writers. We are launching 50 writers this year. We have 7,000 writers, which is, for the storytelling sessions. Okay, so this is a small story. Okay, we connected through social media only. Okay, and we are making first time here. Okay, so, and Riti's husband is here. Fantastic guy. I had a long conversation through phone only, and met him today. Yeah. So you come forward, please. Contact. Yeah, contact. Okay. So, and he has a similar kind of, he's also promoting a creative person. So he's also promoting a creative person. And it's really courage nowadays. Okay. So we are selling dreams basically. Okay. We are coming with the new ideas. So just connect each other. So connection is important. Okay, and definitely I am 100% confident that we are going to be best in it. In a span of 6 months. This is my confidence. Okay, and definitely will do it. Okay, we launched this book again in Delhi and Bombay. And so Riti, are you ready for that?
Of course.
Okay, great. So anybody, if somebody wants to, hidden a story inside, please come up with the stories. Okay, we are here to, support you, guide you, whatever. So Chennai is really fabulous place. Okay, I like food over here. Yesterday I had a crab. Okay, and suggested by Arun sir only. Okay, I called in the night and I was in the park. I called him, sir, suggest me a good restaurant. Okay, I want to go and eat chicken and the crab. So he suggested me a very famous restaurant. I forget the name, but the food was very nice. Thank you, Arun sir. Thank you for being with us. And thank you very much, everybody. Okay, and one more request: buy our book.
Every few minutes by the
Buy the book, and please review on Amazon. Okay, so it's very important for any author, any publisher. Okay, thank you. Any questions? Anything?
Do you do translations of works from English to regional, local languages?
Yeah, we are planning to translate. Like, in which language?
No, any language. Tamil, Telugu, Kannada.
Next year we are planning to launch Tamil and Telugu.
Tamil.
This year definitely we are planning to translation to Hindi and Odia.
Okay, translation.
Yeah, and Marathi.
Of your existing books, you,
Yeah.
you will have.
So you have a translation to it. And in terms of children's books, do you have any plans?
Yeah, I'm very excited about the children book. Website. We are launching website for children in the month of August. Aarti.
This is Aarti.
This
Oh.
is Aarti.
Usual suspects.
That's Prabha. She's also a storyteller and a writer.
Great. So we are launching website, and my team, they are creating one character for children. So children books in the month of August. And we're coming with a new idea for Indian market. Okay. And definitely I need to help
Sure.
We are starting in Mumbai storytelling session. Last time we did a very small storytelling session. And here Shashiji and Arunji is going to be conduct a storytelling session here. So by October or November we are able to establish office over in Chennai. Okay. So if somebody is interested to quit their corporate job and study better, but we are very small. Okay, that's great. That's great. What's your name, ma'am?
Shweta.
Shweta. That's great. Chalo. So,
She's an author too.
Oh, great.
Right.
And we are very, small, so don't expect too much from us. Okay. So.
I just don't want to write code or test it anymore. I'm just so tired of it. So yeah, I wouldn't expect much.
Okay. Commercially, don't expect. Commercially, don't expect anything. Great. Great. Thank you. So, any question?
Who designed the cover and how did that?
All done by Odyssey guy, Ashwini sir. Thank
No,
you.
the book cover. The
Book cover, okay.
Yeah.
And book cover designed by Sunita. She's part of the creative team. She based out of Mumbai. I think you had a lot of conversation with Sunita.
Yeah, and basically I explained what the book is about. So I just wanted my favorite colors in the book. So you can see they're all there. And I wanted to be really wicked, use the bold colors. So that's the brief I gave her. I told her to read some of my stories, but I don't think she did. So considering that, it has really come out, it's so me, I would say, the colors and the bold, very flashy kind of colors.
We have very fantastic team, creative, like 10 guys in creative team. And they, design and everything, taking a suggestion from authors. Okay, so we have, we are going to give all liberty to authors. Okay, so don't worry about that. We are printing, we are launching, everything. Media connections and everything. We are not charging anything. If somebody is interested and keen to give us some money, so I am okay. So I think your mother-in-law and father-in-law is here.
Yeah,
so let's do a book launching with their blessings.
I think maybe my mother-in-law.
Please come and we'll start a book launching. Sir, you come here.
Yes, that's right.
Please.
Some point of time.
No, auntie. Your mom.
The kids family. Just told about it.
Behind you.
Once again, big congratulations.
Yeah, that's it. Always wrap it.
Yes, reading. We are going to do this. That was wrong.